How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, I got some news to give y'all, and but I'm not gonna steal where I got the information from. Earlier today, Lisa Cabrera had a hangout, and she was letting us know a few things about this unquote police officer slaughtering our royal son. So I do what I always do best. I always like to do even more of a deeper research for the royal family. Now I have a couple of articles. I'm not going to read all of this stuff, but I will make sure y'all have everything y'all need if you want to read these two entire articles at your leisure. So I'm in agreement with Sean King, what it says here. Sean King says Amber, whatever, I think her name is Geiger, deliberately went to Jean's apartment in anger. Now, I'm going to keep it core with the royal family. When Lisa Cabrera had made the announcement that there's some more things, because she's exposed now, my empathic abilities kicked in and I was able to kick into her energy. And I was thinking about the parking lot theory. And I was saying, okay, he live on the 4th and you live on the 3rd. Why is you parking up there on the 4th? And what happened was, the day he got killed, she had made another complaint about music being loud. And I couldn't find this, so don't hold me to it. It seems like she's been making quite a few complaints about music, and the management wasn't addressing it the way she thought they were supposed to address it. And then she got this complex, she has a Napoleon complex. We know how Becky gets down. And then, so when I'm channeling this energy, she could not wait to get off of work because she hell bent. So when she realized there's a black man living over me, it wasn't about the motherfucking music. It was all about you gonna submit to me. Now, as these cops do the most sloppiest investigation, blatant. They just blatant with what they doing in our face. Literally shitting in our face. And they willing to go along with this entire lie. But thank goodness we got detectives out here on social media. So I'm channeling this energy, and she could not wait to get off of work to set his ass in place, because in that investigation she said she threw out some commands. It was like, I'm a cop, and I'm gonna pull my pistol out, and if you don't fully submit to me, I'm gonna bust your wig. That's how they get down. Well, people were upset because they let her roam the streets for 3 days. Well, there was some things being done. And one of the things were being done, she was scrubbing her digital footprints. Instagram, Twitter, maybe YouTube, always Facebook. And also, when I did my research, they also had her family and close friends do the same thing. Because now when people commit crimes, they can't wait to get in your hard drive. It's damn near like your brain. So she was trying her best to do what she had to do. But when you do things in haste, and you're wrong to the fucking core. And then I think about a foundation. I'm abstract like that. The foundation of this fuckery did not pan out like she thought it would be. And I'm gonna show y'all that. We're gonna cover all of this. So, when I seen this, which in this article, you know, that Sean King was talking about, because he was over there on Twitter, I'm gonna leave that there so y'all can read that, like I said, at y'all own leisure. Again, he said, we believe that Dallas police officer Amber Geyer deliberately went to Gene's apartment in anger to tell him to turn his music down. She was banging on his door because of his music. She had complained to the building about it. She was yelling because of the music. And she was pissed because she did not get the results that she wanted. You just got off of fucking work. They want us to feel some kind of way saying this bitch worked 15 hours. Hell has no fury like a woman scorned. So, I'm gonna watch this little bitty video real quick. And then we're gonna get into some deep shit. I mean, juicy.
Instead of her third floor apartment. She tried to use an electronic key to open the door, but it was already open. She walked inside and told investigators it was totally dark when she noticed a large silhouette. Geiger says she thought John was a burglar and shot him after he ignored her commands. It wasn't until a 911 operator asked for her location that she says she noticed she was in the wrong apartment. So with me now is John's family attorney, S. Lee Merritt. So, Mr. Merritt, thank you so much for being with me. Of course, our condolences to the family.
I'll pass those along, Brooke. Thank you for having me.
I know that you and this family do not accept the official account from the arrest documents from police. You tell me why, and how do you explain how this officer ended up in a home that wasn't hers?
Much of the affidavit just simply doesn't comport with common sense. The latter part of your question, how do I explain what happened? Unfortunately, I can't. Typically, I have some sort of theory of what happened in this case. Here, I have no idea. I do know that certain statements within this affidavit are demonstratively false. For example, that door being ajar, those doors close automatically unless Botham propped it open because he was expecting a guest or something, and I'm not making up excuses. It wouldn't have been open. And so what the family knows, what all the friends know, what everyone I've talked to about Botham knows, is that he wouldn't have propped that door open. He's a very meticulous accountant, somebody who's intentional in everything that they do. He doesn't prop doors open when they're expecting guests. And I've spoken to people who were interacting with him minutes before this happened. He wasn't expecting any guests. And so what actually happened is still a big mystery, but I know that what's stated in this affidavit is simply untrue.
You said you had a theory as to why she ended up in the wrong apartment? What's your theory?
No. I said typically I would have a theory.
Oh, and you don't have a theory in this case.
I have no theory here.
I got you. I understand after all this happened, two witnesses, and you tell me, I believe the two witnesses went separately, came forward saying that they did hear something. Is that correct? Can you tell me what those witnesses said?
Yeah, so the two witnesses are actually roommates, and one was in the living room, the other one was in her bedroom. One was in the living room watching television, the other in her bedroom. They both heard a knock or a pounding on the door. The one who was closer to the scene in her bedroom reading a book, she heard pounding followed by a female's voice saying, "Open up, let me in." She said the voice didn't sound like an officer command, but sounded like someone who wanted to be let into the apartment. She said that was shortly followed by the sound of gunshots and the sound of a man's voice saying what she believed to be, "Oh my God, why did you do that?" Again, I have a difficult time figuring out how those facts play into what we know. But I know that if a door is locked, there's no one pounding on it. I'm sorry, if a door is open, there's no one pounding.
There wouldn't be anyone pounding on it to let them in. Why do you know? Did this officer and Mr. John, did they know each other?
No one that I know who has a personal relationship with both of them can connect these two in any meaningful way. The only connection that we have been able to make is she is his immediate downstairs neighbor. And there were noise complaints from the immediate downstairs neighbors about whoever was upstairs, and that would have been both of them. In fact, there was a noise complaint that very day about upstairs activity in Botham's apartment. Botham received a phone call about noise coming from his apartment from the downstairs neighbor.
I see. I see. And just lastly, as I just wanted to read part of the statement from the Dallas DA spokesperson. It's important to maintain the integrity of the case. Once all the evidence is presented, it will go to the grand jury. No timeline estimate on how that goes forward. Ongoing investigation. Case will be thoroughly investigated. Ashley Merritt, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right. So we've been brainstorming, putting on our detective hats, my royal family, and I've thought many things, and it's still up in the air if there was some other type of possible relationship, but I'm putting that to the side right now because she was angry. And I'll go back to the parking lot theory. I kept saying, that's why I said, it's a high-end apartment. And it ain't like people just parking wherever they wanted to park. This was on her mind all day. Okay, one thing that the enemy like to do is to find any crack in anything. So now they're going to run with the playing the loud music type of thing. That's a stereotypical thing too. Like the music thing, he was just always out of control, just blasting his music. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. They're making it more than what it is. And I know enough about our folks. We don't want to attract too much attention to the enemy. And say the music was up a couple of times, and management coming back and forth, we're going to squash that. We might be pissed about it, but we squash it. See, these people want to put so much shit in there and make it real complicated. This shit ain't complicated. This is beautiful for anybody that's dyslexic, because we be all over the place. We thrive off of shit like this. We do. So, now, let's get over here. So this is what Lisa had put this link in. And they was giving her enough time to get counsel and again to clean up her shit. So they said, check out what appears to be Amber Guyer's Pinstrip account. And I'll read just a little bit of this. They said in the hours and the days between shooting Jean and her name being, made public, Dallas police officer Amber Guyer appeared to scrub as much of her life as possible from the internet. By the time Guyer's name was widely known, she and her family, and I know they did close friends too, she and her family have disappeared from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the places inquiring minds would typically look for photos or anything else they can find. We already know, I don't know if that was her brother or her uncle, he was throwing up them white supremacy signs, and then her mother had on that All Lives Matter shirt. So we look real deep. So that was just giving her time, They all complicit in this shit. I mean, they wanna. You see how the creator works. They put a bunch of hypervia over some marijuana. Now we on this shit. We gonna thrive off of it. So it gets even better. So while she was doing things in haste, she didn't cover her ass good enough. So. You know how people put up different memes, and that one don't mean much of nothing. Okay. So here's one that says, When the police riot for the death of a brother, they do it with class. All right. Here's the next one. I wear all black to remind you not to mess with me because I'm already dressed for your funeral. Oh, really, bitch? Oh, we getting some insight on you with your greasy ass. Now check this out. Amber says here, yeah. Check this. Yeah, I got meth, a gun, a shovel, and gloves. If I were you, back the fuck up and get out of meth fucking ass. So that's how you talk to the Creator, our Father. Oh, all that's gonna be in here, my royal family. You can read this shit at your leisure. You can't make this type of shit up. So this is how you talk to the Creator. Yeah, I got meth, a gun, a shovel, and gloves. If I were you, back the fuck up and get out of meth fucking ass. All right. You on one, huh, Becky? Okay. This is another. I ain't gonna even read this shit. This has something to do with, you know, that thin blue line. Okay, she don't like Obama. Okay, she don't like Kaepernick, Colin Kaepernick, too. Okay, and check this out. Oh, it gets deeper. People are so ungrateful. No one ever thanks me for having the patience not to kill them. Oh, really, bitch? Oh, really? You gangster. You had the thirst of blood. This ain't the first time you done fired off your gun, bitch. She's dangerous. And she's roaming the streets of America. This is the American way, my royal family. I must read this one more time. People are so ungrateful. No one ever thanks me for having the patience not to kill them. Wow. The NFL died of colon cancer. Oh, your hate is real. And that is it, my royal family. Just that little tidbit. That is the divine hand at work. Now, it's nice to see this bitch get exposed, but I ain't lost sight with these drawn out investigations and all the shit that they pile up. Oh, I ain't lost sight at all, my royal family, and I know you haven't. See, the one thing that's so beautiful, my royal family, the enemy been doing everything possible for us not to link back up. And I speak of the nature of many things. And the type of technology that we have, we are linking back up with our family members. And we get each other up to speed on fuckery. I'm telling you, in the last 10 years, I have learned so much from my family. And I look at things even, my father was my master teacher. I know you already know that. But my father always told me to do my own thinking. And I just can't let this one go. And I was able to channel her energy, like I said before. She made a complaint. I guarantee you, during the day she made a call, she did not want him living in that complex at all. Plus, they like to count our money. And she's probably thinking, how is he able to stay in here? Is he getting Section 8? What's his immediate situation? Ain't that something? They have that attitude. Because, you know, the ones that's been filmed, they'll say, you don't belong here. And they mean it to the depths of their soul. Oh, she had this on her heart and mind. Now, let's get to we're going to bring the weed in now. And the other various shit that they had in the house. And I thought about the weed theory. This bitch was always monitoring him. She would be the type that'd come by your door and sniff around your door. And she may have smelled some marijuana. You know, want to dirty him up. It ain't working. Weed ain't bad. It ain't gonna kill you if you smoke it. You might get broke, but it ain't the end of the fucking world. And I live up here in California, with they fake liberal state, really a Republican state. And you got white folks up and down the street, open dispensaries everywhere. And you got the royal family languishing in jail for bullshit. For a joint. A pill. I know the opioids is kicking your ass. And it is so very sweet. Keep up the good work, Lisa Cabrera. So, that is my theory. That is my theory. And, but I'm not speaking in the absolutes. You know, that's just my theory. It may change because the royal family, we deep thinkers. We're chosen. Tap into your beautiful, divine gifts. So anyway, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful, divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.